Do you know someone in your life that is blunt and so opinionated that sometimes it's downright annoying to be around them? Yeah, my hand's raised. Recently, I had this huge outburst with someone because they said something so judgmental. And usually that's not in my character, so immediately when that happened, I felt guilty. Obviously, I didn't use my voice in an empowering way, and it really didn't change their opinion about things, and I didn't get my point across the way that I wanted to. I recognize there is this art of persuasion that we really need to study. And I realized after some studying and some uncovering, there are three ways to share your opinion that's not blunt, bitchy, or brash. And if you want to learn these three things, stay tuned to this TejalTV episode. Welcome to TejalTV. I am your host and the founder of TejalTV Patel. I'm the Mindful Mama Coach, a kids and Kundalini yoga and meditation teacher, and I'm the founder of the online training program, the Mindful Mama Experience. And this is the place where you can learn how to create calmness amongst life's chaos, or what I like to call creating a Mod-Zen Mama lifestyle. So today we're going to dive into the topic of the art of persuasion without being pushy. And there really is an art to it. So I started studying people who are professional speakers, who speak at TEDx, and I wanted to know, how do they eloquently get people to listen and persuade them of their point of view without yelling and being aggressive and bitchy and blunt? And this is a remarkable skill to have, right? Whether you're a mom or you're married or you work in an environment with other people, knowing how to get your point across is powerful business. So as I studied this, I realized there are three key things that we can use in our day in and day out communication that can help us persuade others in a gentle yet powerful way. And if you want to know, let's dive in. So the first is stating your related point first. Now, what does this mean? It's kind of like taboo. You have the card, you have the one word on top that you can't say, and the 5 words on the bottom that most describe that word. What I tend to do is I like to get to someone to say those descriptive words, because once they say the descriptive words, it's much easier to make your main point. You see what I just did there? Analogies are a great way of making your point. So rather than going straight in, this is right, this is wrong, this is what you need to change, create a subtle argument that relates to your point. So once you get them to agree to the subtle argument, it's much easier for them to see your main point. The second thing to remember is you should not be speaking if you want to be proven right, that you want to reprimand, or you want to reform a person. Your opinion is going to mean diddly squat, and usually it's going to be faced with defensiveness if you're trying to prove that you're right, that you want to change them, or you want to be like, this is what you really did wrong, and this is what you need to do instead. No one likes to feel like they are being controlled or being dictated or judged. So when you come from a place of proving your point, from a place of, hey, let's see eye to eye on something that's mutually beneficial to the greatest good, that is how the real point is made. And the third thing falls along with this. Learning how to point out spiritual truths, things that are the truth, and knowing when to stay quiet. When you speak, your point should relate to a truth, something that is for the highest good of all. And sometimes you need to know when to stay quiet. Some people aren't ready to hear the truth. Some people aren't ready to be enlightened or to see things in a positive light. It's important to read that energy, because you're wasting your energy trying to convince someone or persuade them of seeing something from a different, higher perspective. In those situations, don't engage. Many people have the incentive of trying to lull you in to participate because that's their agenda. They want you to disagree with them. They want you to get heated and rise out. And when you do and you start trying to prove your point, you're feeding their need to be right. You're feeding their need to argue and to debate. Don't fall into the trap. Choose not to participate. If they're not ready to hear a new perspective, just let it go. Don't engage. There you have it. Those are the 3 powerful tips when you're trying to make a powerful statement that's aligned with your highest truth and to persuade someone to see something from a different perspective. Now I want to hear from you. What are some tips and techniques you use to persuade someone respectfully and not overtly bluntly or opinionated way? Head over to the blog at TejalTV Patel, where we have the most insightful conversations. You'll also learn what really happened in this conversation that caused me to go off the deep end. So join the conversation and remember to sign up for my weekly newsletter. I share personal insights from my life, from experiences of other mamas that will help you on your path. If you liked this video, certainly subscribe to this channel. Grab your newsletter at TejalTVPatel.com and I will stay connected with you. Remember, when you communicate, make sure it's soul to soul and not ego to ego. That's when the transformational conversations truly happen. Thank you so much for watching, for sharing, and for being part of my community. I can't wait to catch you on the next episode of TejalTV.